What's going on, guys? It's your boy Orbit, and today I'm gonna be talking about the first time I ever took a Xan. It was about 4 years ago. I was probably a sophomore. I was a sophomore. So I was over at my aunt's crib, my cousin Jumpman's crib. We were over there. It was a weekend, like Friday. So you know what I'm saying? We're in this room, just like, yo, what you trying to do? What you trying to do? Let's get fucked up, like down. Let's go. And so he texts the plug on the Xans. He's like, I can get us some Xans. I'm like, I ain't never had them, but shit, I'm down for it. Let's get it. So he texts them, right? And then he's like, all right, bet, just slide on them. And then so they get done texting. He's like, we gotta pick it up. I'm like, all right, bet. So we stepped over there. We had to walk over there. We had each bought, I believe, no, we bought three. We bought three. So we were both gonna pop a whole bar, and then we were gonna split the other bar in half. So we had bought that. We're like, bet. He shows me. He goes in the house. He shows me the bag. I'm like, say less. Let's go. And he's like, bro, you trying to take these at Chris's crib? Like, we can go smoke and shit over there. Like, I'm like, shit, that sounds cool. Like, that shit sounds lit. Like, we can actually just like fucking like be laid back and just be barred out, you know what I'm saying, instead of like having to worry about his moms or something. So we hit up Chris and said, yeah, slide through, blah blah blah. So before we slide through, you know what I'm saying, we were walking back, and he was like, we were talking about this, and I'm like, so what they do, blah blah blah. He's like, oh man, like, nigga, they have you fucked up, they have you slummed, dude. And I'm like, alright. He's like, and for him to hit you faster, you know, we're finna chew him instead of pop him, because if you pop him, you know, it takes time for your stomach to break it down and this and that. I'm like, that's cool. He's like, so yeah. And so we get back to my aunt's crib, and we're like, are we popping them here, or we finna go pop them over there? And he's like, no, I'm gonna have my mom's call us an Uber to go over there. I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, hey, but before that, we're finna go to the gas station and get some like snacks and a drink so we can wash this shit down. I'm like, bet, that sounds lit. So we walk down the street to the gas station. We grab our snacks. I think I grabbed like some Skittles and like Arizona. I grabbed that. I don't know what he grabbed, but then we walked back, and he asked his mom to get us an Uber over to our cousin Chris's crib. She said, yeah, fine. And so we get an Uber over there, and you know, we go in there. We're like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? How you feeling? You know, dapping everybody up. We're gonna call him Eric and David were also over there. And I believe there's one, maybe two more people who came through that night, but they're not really, like, they was just in and out type shit. But so we're there, you know, we're just talking shit and like just laughing and talking, seeing what everybody's on, who has gas and shit. So we immediately just bust out the Xans. We're like, all right, we're finna take it. And so our cousin, she's just like, man, y'all pill popping over here. He's like, bro, I don't y'all just smoke, blah blah, this and that. I'm like, it's whatever. So we fucking, I threw it in my mouth. I threw the piece and a half in my mouth, and I threw a fucking handful of Skittles in my mouth. I'm chewing all of them together, just munching, nigga, trying not to taste that Xan, because he told me them bitches taste like shit, and he did not lie, dude. And then, like, when you chew a Xan, it's like weird, like, because when water hits it, like, chalks up a little bit, and it's disgusting. Like, it almost, like, it's weird. It's a weird sense, like, feeling in your mouth, like, when you're chewing it, because it doesn't just, like, break and then turn into dust, you know? Like, it like sponges up the water and gets like chalky almost. So you know, I get that shit down, and we're cooling. And he's like, how long does it take to kick in? And he's like, probably like 5-10 minutes, you know. That's all right. So we're just sitting there. We're all just laughing and fucking talking shit, and we start rolling up, and we all roll up our own blunt. We're all matching. We're all matching a blunt. So we get done smoking. I'm feeling lovely right now. Like I'm in good place. I'm vibing. But man, am I hungry as hell, dog. Like I was barred out and I was kind of slower, but I wasn't like fucking bar tard, like full bar tard, But I get hungry and I go into the kitchen. I'm like, man, what this thing got, bro? I just need something to hold my stomach off, like. So I'm looking in the fucking fridge and I'm like, man, nigga ain't got shit. I see a jar of pickles, so I'm like, just gonna have to do, dog. So I pull it out and I grab like 2 pickles, blah blah blah, and I'm eating them bitches. And my cousin's like, bro, that shit sounds lit. So this nigga go in the kitchen, bro. I sit back down because I haven't finished mine. I'm like, I'm cool, blah blah blah. Look at this nigga go in the kitchen. This nigga opening cupboards, nigga. This nigga going there like searching that motherfucker. Like he about to whip up something. He's like, bro, I'm about to whip this shit up. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This nigga grabs like mayo, tuna, and some other random shit like some mustard or like some, I don't know. It's like but if you ever tried pickles, tuna and mayo, it's actually like fire. You get like some saltines or shit buzz, but it's really good like in protein. But he grabs that, you know what I'm saying? He's making noise. He's walking in and out like, bro, this shit about to be busting. Just wait. And so my cousin Chris come out. He like, bro, what the fuck is you doing, man? Like, bro, like I barely have any money for food, blah blah, this and that. And he's spazzing on Jumpman. Jumpman's just like, yeah, my fault, blah blah, this and that. And like they going at it. And then you're like, man, that's why y'all niggas shouldn't even be popping pills over here, because y'all niggas don't know how to act, blah blah. And I'm like, I'm sitting there cool. And I'm like, man, I ain't even tripping, dog. like, but Jumpman, so the little argument was settled down and shit. And Jumpman finished making that shit, because I mean he already made the shit. He had already opened all of it and stirred it up and shit. So he had finished making that. And then, we get back to smoking. Probably smoke like 2-3 more blunts. And at this point, I'm feeling good, dude. I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling loosey goosey, my friend. So it gets later, and Chris and Eric and David, they go into his room because I guess he has something else that they can slump on. And so me and Jumpman are sitting there on the couches, and at this point in time, Chris had this dog over at his house, and we're barred out, and this nigga Jaden like, man, I'll beat this nigga ass, bro. This nigga jumping like, I'll beat this nigga ass, dog. I'll beat this nigga ass. Dude, we started boxing the dog, dude. That shit was comedy. Like, he's like tossing him to me, I'm tossing him back. This nigga slamming the dog on the couch, dog. Like, yo, like, I'm crying. Like, that shit was one of the funniest shits like I've ever seen, bro. The dog just kept coming back, and he didn't know what the fuck was going on, So so after that, fucking, I don't remember. I must have slumped out, so I fucking fell asleep, right? And I woke up, and when I tell you when I woke up, I don't know what it was. But my whole, like, equilibrium was off. So I woke up and, like, tried to stand up and shit. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting there, like, I feel, like, hungover, like, drunk. Like, I'm sitting there, like wooing. Gee, I'm fuck. I can't even walk straight. Like, you know how they do the sobriety test? Like, nigga, I'm fucking walking. I'm like, whoa, dude. Like, I feel weird. Like, I feel fucked up. So, Jumpman's like, bro, be smooth. Like, my dad's finna come pick us up, blah, blah, blah. And he's finna give us a ride back to my mom's crib. I'm like, alright, that's cool. So, we sitting in the living room just kicking it until his dad gets there. And his dad gets there. We say bye to Chris and I don't even know if the other kids were still there. But we say bye to Chris, and fucking he goes down the stairs first. Next thing I know, I'm coming down the stairs. All you hear, nigga. Jumpman looks back. I'm folded up on the stairs, nigga. I'm talking about right leg behind me, other leg all the way out, nigga. I'm leaned all the way back on the stairs, like, like I'm sitting there laughing, nigga. I just busted my shit, like I'm folded. Like, nigga, my leg is folded behind me on the stairs, nigga. Wood stairs. Like, I'm sitting there. He's like, bro, what the fuck is you doing? Calm down, nigga. Like, my dad's right outside, bro. Like, you finna get us in trouble, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, alright, my fault. Be smooth. It's good. It's okay. So we walk out to his car, his dad's car. And I'm trying to be quiet, but I'm just in the backseat the whole ride, just crying, dog, just laughing hella hard at random shit. And I'll say some little shit, and then I'll start laughing. And he's like, man, what the? So the ride was quiet as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting there having a good time, but you could tell Jumpman in the front, like, just looking out the window, like, not even looking at his pops. You know? He's like, bro, fuck. So he takes us back over to his mom's house, and then what had came in clutch was the day before that we had got some Jim's Rib Haven, which is a barbecue spot where I'm from, and when I tell you that shit bust. So that's a story for another time, because that night was funny as hell too, the day before. But we had got that Jim's Rib Haven. And man, when I tell you, that shit was piff. I didn't even heat that shit up. I ate that shit cold, nigga, and fell out. But yeah, man, that was the first time I did Xans. And you know what I'm saying? I ended up later on doing I had a little Xan phase, and it was really taking a lot of them. But that's the Bartard Chronicles. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and it's been your boy Orbit. Catch y'all later. Peace.